and what is present for you as a fun fact on this fun Friday on the Real Raw as we head towards the end of 2020, Gina. Fun fact.
Oh, fun fact is that, I was just talking to our incredible contestant, Robert, about all of the jerseys he has hanging up on his wall behind him. And fun fact is that I used to go to all the Giants games with my dad. I loved tailgating. I got all dressed up in the Giants gear because he had no boys in his life. And I just loved it. So for me, that's what I'm feeling fun. I'm having great memories of those games. And my son came out as a Jets fan. That was what is happening here? So I know. And he had a Bears father. So it was what are you doing? But that's what happened, Sean.
How does a Bear father and Giant mother breed a Jet fan? How does that happen?
I do not. I mean, he's a man. I don't know. He has a mind of his own, that boy. A Jet net. It was I don't know if he liked the runs. I don't know, but it was no going back. As much as we tried to put jerseys on him that were Giants jerseys or Bears jerseys, which I rarely allowed since we're in New Jersey, but he wanted Jets. That's all I can say. I don't know.
Well, he made a good choice.
I know.
So, right. So Gina, thank you. Bella Verita, welcome. We'll be coming to introduce you shortly. Thank you so much.
Wait a minute. Hold on. It's Fun Friday. And I thought you were bringing in Batman today. What happened?
I will put Batman on as an intersection during this Fun Friday. Yes, a moment for today. I will. Thank you very much for that. That will be done.
And Friday was Superhero Day.
Yes, Superhero Day will be in the house.
I knew I would have brought my cape.
Right?
Yes.
I know.
Anybody want to put on their capes or superhero costumes, you're more than welcome to on this Fun Friday. So let's go with it. So yes, Gina, we got some amazing people here today. So thankful for your courage, your vulnerability. Maybe you're leap into the abyss. But this is the 350th-ish episode of the Real Raw, and the feedback has been pretty remarkable, and the experience has been incredible. Even when people come in with, I don't know what this is, I'm not quite sure, but it all works out. So Gina, who we got?
Yeah, we have some amazing people here today. First contestant we have is Rocky Lavani. He's a certified profit first professional. He helps small business owners maximize their business profits so they have time and freedom to do what they love. He is the chief profitability officer to ensure that your business is always profitable. And he hosts a podcast called The Profit Answer Man. That is just amazing. Rocky, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here today.
Yeah, Rocky, thank you so much. Where are you coming from today?
So home is Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, but right now I am in West Palm Beach enjoying the lovely weather down here in Florida.
That's amazing. We're down in Palm Beach area also. So, wow, you're in proximity and we're from the Northeast as well. So that is a fun coincidental fact, my friend. And how about a fun fact for you?
So I coach soccer and I took a team from last place to first place and I have no idea how to play soccer. I just know how to implement systems and create a winning mindset.
That is awesome, Rocky. Well, congratulations on your soccer-ness. That is a truly fun fact. And what was the age group of the soccer team?
So I coached my kids all the way from young, all the way through high school varsity. And so I kept learning and doing better and constantly turning those kids around, teaching them how to win.
So, but high school varsity soccer as somebody who didn't play the sport, that's some amazing stuff. Where did you learn and develop your distinctions around the game of soccer?
I learned by getting beat by everybody and learning what they were doing and then going, all right, that guy beat me by doing this. I'm going to implement that. That guy beat me by doing that. And I'm going to implement that. And I took all the different things and I implemented them. So while everyone had their one way of winning, I now had 5 or 10 in my belt. And so just following what everyone else did, learning from the mistakes and then putting a system together to implement that for the kids.
That's sort of like what we're doing here at Unblinded, or exactly what we're doing here. So Rocky, that's amazing. You have 5 or 10, we have 18, the 18, and we'll talk more about that later. Gina, we got Rocky and we got another participant. Who we got?
Yes, we do. Okay, so Robert, who has jerseys hanging on his wall behind him, is a professional networker and strategist, and for the past 20 years has been assisting high net worth people who are struggling to pivot to take their businesses to the next level, including high profile people and pro athletes. And like, there's more jerseys that we can't see. And I mean, he was telling me Jets stories, and yes, I can't wait for you to meet Robert.
Robert, how are you, sir?
Absolutely phenomenal and continually getting better.
Yeah, well, I love that. And where are you coming from today, Robert?
Santa Rosa, California.
Ooh, we go from the beaches of Florida to the beaches of the left coast. So yeah, and how's the weather out there, by the way, right now?
I came from Minnesota, went to Arizona to here. My wife likes to say, too cold, too hot to just perfect. It's always perfect here.
Wow, congratulations on that, Robert. How about a fun fact, my friend?
I just gotten done running a nightclub in the Twin Cities, and I had started dating a lady. And we took our first vacation together. And whenever we were dating, wherever we went, she said, we'd run into people I know. So our first vacation was to Cancun. And ultimately we go to the middle into Chichen Itza. And she turns to me and she says, finally, I've got you in a place that nobody's going to know you. And within 5 minutes, somebody yells out my name. It was a guy that I played basketball with at the St. Paul Athletic Club. Anyhow, we've gotten married and we've been happily married for 34 years.
Beautiful thing. That's amazing.
Yep.
I think I heard the sounds of the sales sorceress. I think her volume is in question again.
What?
Oh,
Better
no.
not be in question.
Oh, I definitely am now clear that your volume is not in question.
It is not in question. I love stories. Thank you, Robert.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That was amazing.
Yeah. So excellent job, Robert. And let me ask you a question. So why does everybody know you, Robert?
Well, I was running the #1 nightclub. I mean, I stepped in and it was the most popular club. And, when I was younger, I just got around and people just knew who I was. They still know me. I'm still fairly popular.
So did you ever run like a push-up contest on April Fool's Day with Flavor Flav and a clock on his chest and then not give away the $10,000? Did that ever happen in your nightclub, Robert?
No, but, we had a pajama party one time. It all happened over a bet. And that's a long story of how I ended up running it, because at the same time I was working in our family business. We started the high school award cheerleading jacket business in the 1930s.
Wait, you were running like high school cheerleading jacket businesses and a nightclub? There's a lot going on here, brother. Yeah. No, that is amazing. And by the way, where you were in Mexico, where was that again?
Cancun.
And you were in the ruins of what?
Chichen Itza.
Yes. Can you say that 10 times fast?
Probably not.
I'm teasing. Robert, thank you so much for being here on Fun Friday. Thanks, brother. Amazing. So, Gina, we got Rocky, we got Robert, and we got some judges. Who we got?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. And Robert, by the way, had like good jet stuff, but maybe we'll get to some of that later. Like, we have James Maskell, he's a best-selling author and a business owner, and his best-selling book, The Evolution of Medicine, and he's on a mission to flatten the curve of healthcare costs and has spent the past decade innovating at the cross-section of functional medicine and community. And to that end, he created a Functional Forum, the world's largest integrative conference. He prepares health professionals for this new era of personalized participatory medicine. He is an in-demand speaker, Sean, and impresario, being featured on TED-Med, Huffington Post Live, and TEDx, as well as lecturing internationally. Another left coaster, James Maskell.
Hey, James, welcome today, sir. How are you?
I'm great, man. Thanks for having me. Interesting to be here so far.
It's
interesting to be here. Interesting, he said.
I'm not really sure what's going on, but I'm about to find out, I feel like.
It's going to be the craziest, most outrageous, probably the funnest thing that you've done all week, except for maybe horseback riding with your daughter.
Yeah.
So, James, you know how you have some unique acumen in how the body works. Is that correct?
That is correct, yep.
What we're unpacking here is how the human mind, our neural connections, and the nervous system functions, which I think you'd probably also have tremendous insight into, correct?
I've sat in a lot of the lectures at the back listening for sure.
Yeah. And so what would James be leaning into? How about first a fun fact? Then I will give you mine.
I'm the only white guy in the Sacramento Cricket League.
I love that. What color are the other people?
Brown.
Very interesting. Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah. Indians, Pakistanis, Afghanis. Yeah, all that. Yeah, it's a good crew, but yeah, I'm the only English guy there. I was also in the Connecticut Cricket League and the Atlanta Cricket League before, and similar kind of thing.
Amazing. So any green people or purple people in that league? I'm a big fan of Star Trek. Do you know Captain?
We do have a bright green uniforms though.
No, that's very cool. So James, thanks for being here. So like what's happening is my fun fact is 23 years ago, I had the unfortunate realization that influence was a superpower and I didn't possess it. And I realized that the people who had higher level of influence, somebody like yourself that speaks on major stages all over the place, has the unique ability to demonstrate hierarchical primacy, preeminence, disruption that causes in a capitalist structure the acceleration of your money, your time, and your magic. Then I realized that all of the teaching out there was kind of crazy. And you read books like the 99 different ways to close people, and you'd read it and go, does this really work on anybody like James, who be speaking all over the world? Maybe if you're like an Electrolux vacuum cleaner salesman, knock, 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 throw dirt on the floor, and somebody feels super guilty and doesn't know how to say no because they have poor boundaries, then maybe you can sell an Electrolux that way. But I don't think you're going from hello to yes with James that way. So the study of my life became how people say yes. And it caused me to create a 40-person law firm, a 100-person law firm, both in under 2 years in two different scenarios, both, well, the first one with no money, $100,000 in debt and zero relationship capital, to see if the work of people like Tony Robbins, Jay Abraham, Jerry Spence, the gentleman who wrote How to Make a Fortune from Public Speaking, folks like Og Mandino and others actually worked. And lo and behold, it did. But what I then discovered is it didn't work for like most people. So many people would go to seminars, spend money and spend time, and nothing would happen. And that became the work of my life. So my side hustle is I own a 125-person law firm, offices in 5 states, have 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, one of only 2 attorneys in the country between 2014 and 16 to do that, and the only one that was blind. Guess I'm blind. But the work of my life is unblinded. And the connecting of people authentically, integrously, and geometrically, not like in a network marketing sense at all, but in a sense, no disparagement meant for network marketers. But how do you create scale rapidly? And that's been the work and story of my life. Final. And I'm gonna ask James a quick math question, because I'm sure he is a very much better mathematician than I, since I failed freshman high school geometry for the year. I did end up at Columbia University. That's a longer story for a different day, thanks to baseball, not my math skills. But I do think I know this. James, is there any number that you could multiply times 0 to get to 30?
No.
Yeah. So, and what I then believe is that the difference between our influencing capability is not linear, it's not exponential, it's actually often infinite. Because if somebody was going to generate no result and somebody could generate a result like 30, we have an infinite differential. I learned that when I hired my first 4 salespeople long ago. First person booked 0 meetings, 2 and 3 booked 0 meetings, and they all said, guess what? Gina, what do you think they said? Actually, let's go. Robert, what do you think that those fine people, hardworking people, good people, what do you think they said was the reason they booked 0 sales meetings out of all the people they called for 2 weeks while working hard and actually caring? And they were smart people and nice people. Why do you think they thought they booked 0 meetings?
Bad leads.
Yes. Bad leads, bad marketing material, bad offer, etc. Robert, do you know what the actual answer was?
I could guess probably their mindset and the verbiage that they used.
Yeah.
And they didn't connect. They probably are focused on the transaction rather than focusing on the relationship and didn't do the exploration properly.
Yes, and yes. And there's 18 levers to integrous influence at a masterful level, 4 steps, 10 indispensable elements, 4 energies. And that's what we're here unpacking. And I just had the unique privilege of speaking on Tony Robbins' stage for the 10th time. And the only reason that occurs is not because I'm nicer, not because I'm smarter, not because of anything to do with hard work. It's to do with a skill set that can be mastered over time. See outliers, see the talent code, see the power of neural connections and myelin wrapping around them when we focus on doing things like James has done for the human body. James, your mastery of the human body, I'm presuming, is quite uniquely high. Is that fair?
I mean, not really. I mean, I'm not a physician, but I understand what it's like to be a physician, and I understand their business, and I've worked out how to bring them together into community. Okay. But, I understand it better than most because as I said, I've sat in all the medical conferences for 15 years.
Got it. So your superpower then is the ability to influence people to open their listening and come together, which then you would have an incredibly unique ability to do that over the vast majority of physicians, I presume. Yes?
Correct.
Yeah. So the math dynamic I was leaning into before is that there was 0, 0, and 0 booked by the first 3 people. The fourth person I hired, his name is Greg. He's a dear friend to this day. He's created thousands of meetings over time for our companies that we work on together. And Greg DiPietro, much like my partner Adam Gugino, but Greg booked 30 meetings in 2 weeks. And when I spoke to Greg said, I don't know how I did it. I actually only worked about half a day every day. I really don't know. And that's the second point. The second point is even when people possess the superpower of influence, how do you make it scalable, transferable, and duplicatable? Because influence is everything. It creates and destroys every type of relationship, personal, professional, business, nation, causes leadership, it causes marketing, it causes selling, it causes the ability for us to recruit and partner with people. And that's what we're having fun with. But I do say fun because it's gamified, because people don't want to do things that aren't entertaining at some level. So we have some fun, we begin, we connect, and then we accelerate into the gamified version of unpacking integrous influence. So James, I thank you very much for your being here today. And I ask you, sir, your fun fact.
Another one? My cricket one wasn't fun enough?
Yeah, no, I would love another fun. How about a fun fact about things you've seen about influence and connectivity and the unique space that you occupy there?
I found that the best sales reps want to be on commission from hiring and training them for a long time. All the ones that want to get paid a salary know that they can't sell. And so they're trying to sell me to give them money.
I love that. I love that. And how would you say that when you're giving advice to people and companies, some people would say that you should really just hire trained salespeople. Some people would say that you want to train them. Where do you sit on the hire a skilled, highly skilled, masterful professional versus bring people aboard, train them? Where do you sit in that continuum?
I think you have to be a professional, but I think that, ultimately people who are professional and are good at what they do and align their passion with their day-to-day effort, will be, the most successful over time and will stay the course.
Awesome. And can I ask this? Because I'm a baseball player by background. I do not understand the rules of cricket. Do you play one position in cricket? Is there, I know there's the person that's the bowler.
You move around, but here's a fun fact, right? Because if you're a batter in baseball, imagine being able to hit the ball 360 degrees, right? Yeah. Not just in the 90-degree angle in front of you. There's a mastery there, and you have a flat bat, and you can hit it anywhere around you. So there's a whole range of shots. It's for people who understand hit the ball sports. They love it because ultimately they realize that they have a lot more control.
And there's a lot shorter distance, correct, in cricket than there is in baseball.
180 feet to the boundary, yeah, to hit it for a home run. But you could hit it over your head.
Right, amazing. And last thing, the pitcher, the bowler, is much closer to the batter, though, right?
About 60 feet.
Oh, it is okay. It's about there you go.
But they're allowed to aim for your head, and they can go 90 miles an hour. So that's part of the game is they can aim for you.
Yes. My level 5 listening tells me James is throwing down against baseball and saying cricket is a far more aggressive and competitive sport. It sounds like our rugby
Especially
football.
when you got the Indians involved, they're like super aggressive. They love it too much. There's like, it's because they don't drink. It's like their biggest, most exciting thing of their life.
I see Rocky shaking his head like he knows what you guys are talking about over here.
Yes. Rocky, have you had
Rocky didn't come here to listen to some cricket chat. He's ready to sell some stuff.
And we're at 3:30 already, Sean. We haven't even gotten through introductions.
Can I learn about cricket, please, Bella Verita? Like, I don't know cricket. Thank you. So come on, it's Friday. It's been a long week. Yes. All right. So Gina, well, let's go. Bella's yelling at me, so please let's continue.
Okay, fine. We will go with our next up judge. We have Jo Coburn. She's like the woman of wellness. She's
Let me ask Joe.
Medicine
Joe,
coach. Yeah.
Joe, you wanted to learn about cricket, didn't you, Joe?
Sure. Yeah. I don't know a ton about it, but
I don't think that was a very honest sure. I think that was I'm as sure to please Sean kind of sure.
well, it is curious because I've always kind of wondered what the difference is. And, I knew the bats were flat and, it was this, European
I just
kind of
want to
thing.
know if the guys look good, that the guys' butts look good in the pants. That's what I want. Are the uniforms a thing? It's like that an important.
Sean's blushing now.
That's a Joe.
Let's talk about cricket. Uniforms are an important part.
Raise your hand if you want to talk about butts or cricket. So Gina, let's hear about Joe, please.
Yes, let's hear about Joe.
I see.
Gina, you're the tiebreaker. Do you want to hear about cricket or butts on Fun Friday?
Actually, I actually was interested in the cricket. I was interested in the cricket. That is what I'm saying. I absolutely was. I like the idea of all these handsome, men. With these amazing
Sharing my cricket influence on you, piece by piece.
Uniform.
Like a cricket
I don't know why I don't do all my real raws on Friday. They're so much more fun than any other day of the week.
They are Joe. So listen, Gina, let's hear about Joe and her amazingness. Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on.
All right, wait, my cheeks.
Yeah, exactly. She is a functional medicine coach who goes for real, true, lasting health outcomes for people and connects practitioners and coaches to exponentially increase the health of their patients and clients. Communication and influence is key. And Joe is committed to giving megaphones to the people who are changing the practice of medicine like James.
Joe, how are you today?
I am amazing, Sean.
I am so thankful for you being here. And what is your Joe Coburn fun fact on Fun Friday? Yes.
Oh my gosh. So the one I used earlier was that, my first job was flipping burgers at McDonald's, but that seems kind of tame.
Mm-hmm. Yes, especially
considering everything going on in the world here today. In the real raw. So.
Let's hear your cutest butt fun fact story.
My cutest butt story?
Yeah, cutest butt fun fact story.
I don't know if I have one of those. I was a cheerleader.
Oh, that's amazing.
In high school. I was.
And your girlfriends were probably talking about the butts of the football players or whatever team you were.
Well, I cheered for basketball.
Sean is purple.
But hey.
We have to.
Praying. Are you praying, Sean?
I am thinking that there's always pros and cons to everything. That's what I'm thinking about right now, Bella Verita. Yes. So
we
like making Sean blush.
Oh my God. That is amazing. Yes. So Joe, I received your favorite butt story. Thank you, Joe Coburn up on Friday. Welcome to the Real Raw. Yes, thank you. Gina.
Wasn't it last Friday we made you talk about boobs and butts?
Yeah, oh my God. This is
Oh my goodness. Okay.
That happened.
We had Sean pitching a cabaret.
Yes, that actually happened. Somebody came on, a role player who needed variance approval on a cabaret, and that happened last Friday. That is true, Joe. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Amazing. Gina, we got one more amazing judge.
We have no one here on the panel that's in cabaret at the moment, I don't think. So we did have one more judge, and somehow we lost her. So I think we have two judges today, and me and Bella and Joe. Oh, well, Joe. We have Joe and James as
Thanks.
judges.
Amazing.
So
Okay.
Nadia
So
was
we have
having
one-
technical difficulties. Yep,
Okay,
sorry.
We have the one and only Bella Verita. So let's hear it. Who is she?
The one and only Bella Verita. She is the sales sorceress, of course, and she built a multiple 7-figure real estate company, becoming the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. In the state of Nevada. Like, amazing. And she places more women in sales positions than anyone else in the country at Aligned Sales, where she is the CEO. Bella, you are amazing. I know Sean, like she does a million other amazing things.
Yes.
Besides making you turn purple.
Yes. Besides
Like
making-
18 different amazing things.
That is very true. So Bella, what is your fun fact for today?
So my fun fact today is I have actually gotten to, since we're talking butts and sports, I have actually gotten to pat Troy Aikman on the butt. That's happened.
That is an amazing fun fact. On
Isn't
Fun
it?
Friday. That is. And Kelly Hanna went out on dates with him for the Unblinded.
Yep. So we got to.
Wait, and Sean, he was at the beach with like people on my row that wasn't Bruce, but by Bruce, and like I got to hug him and say goodbye to Troy Aikman. So there you go.
So Gina's hugged Troy, and I pat Troy on the butt.
The dude gets around. Like the dude gets around. I am not confused. Gina, this says jump the shark on this Fun Friday. Have a beautiful weekend. Thank you very much for only accelerating this insanity today. Appreciate you very much, Gina.
Thank you, Gina.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Have a great time.
Awesome. So Bella, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, which of these two fine gentlemen is going to go first?
I'm feeling like Rocky. Are you ready to like launch this party?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Rocky, so Bella is going to be anybody you want her to be. She could be herself. She could be an ideal avatar for your business, or she could be like a specific person. She could be Oprah. She could be Bruce Springsteen. She could be Troy Aikman. Anybody you want her to be. The key is, what is a relevant yes that you're seeking in the world, and what does it look like to go from hello to yes? That's the game we're playing. It's the game we play in life every single day in every single encounter. And what does it look like when it's heart-centered, integrous, that opens listening, has some fun perhaps, and creates acceleration? And that's what we're leaning into today. So who, Rocky, would you like Bella to be?
So my ideal customer is a business owner who's got $500,000 to $5 million in revenue. They don't like looking at their financials. They hate that part of the business. They prefer to do the parts that they love. They've got a bookkeeper and an accountant, and they talk a different language. So they're not always communicating well.
Amazing.
So that's my ideal.
This is an easy role for me. You basically described me.
Yes. So Bella is ready. You have 6 minutes. You might get cut off halfway in between, but there's 2 rounds. So don't worry about that. The first round, judges are looking at how listening is open, heart-centered connection occurs, and something is put at stake. Rocky, Bella's ready. Please take us in.
Cool. Hi, Bella. How are you today?
I'm pretty great, Rocky. How about yourself?
I am doing well. So I'm curious, what made you reach out and want to chat with me today?
Yeah, well, my business is growing. COVID has actually been, 2020 has actually been a really great year for us. And I'm, out there busy hustling, making things grow. But I freaking hate looking at the numbers. Like I feel like they're important, but like to spend my time looking at numbers, crunching numbers, like doing all that is just exhausting for me. And I know there has to be a better way.
There is a better way. And I hear that a lot from a lot of business owners. They all love the part of business that brings them excitement. Most of them are not accountants. They don't want to be accountants. And so understanding the numbers part is really a struggle for them.
Accountants, though.
What's that?
I said I don't like to be accountants, but I like to drink with accountants. They're really fun to hang out with.
My wife is an accountant, but
Is she
most of the
fun?
other accountants, she is, but the rest of them aren't.
Oh, well, at least your wife
They're
is.
all nerdy, aren't they? They talk a different language. You've got fun accountants, which is cool.
Yes.
Cool. So just out of curiosity, then what happens when you're not looking at the financials? What does that cause as far as business problems?
I would say like kind of I lose track of where we actually are. And I think the biggest thing is like we don't actually, know what our profit margins are, what our growth trajectory is, and like, the reality of the situation.
So what would it mean to you to have clarity on all of those different metrics?
Well, I've been part of this coaching program with a company called Unblinded. And what I am learning is that my suboptimal area is in my process mastery. And so if I'm not, looking at the numbers, if I'm not keeping track of the numbers, then really I'm not on a trajectory to, grow and scale. And I'm not really going to ever have the time, money, or magic that I want. So it's definitely something that is important right now.
So you said time, money, and what was the third word?
Magic.
Hey, excuse me, Bella, you have a quick phone call and we can pick up with magic on the backside.
Oh, excuse me. I have a call. Batman is calling. I'll be right back.
Amazing. So Rocky, how'd that feel for you first half?
Good. I mean, a little uncomfortable. It's just not knowing background, not knowing what I'm walking into.
Yeah. So awesome. We can lean into that in a little bit. But first, let's go to Robert. Robert, are you ready, sir?
Always ready. I was born ready.
Awesome. Love it, Robert. And who would you like Bella to be?
Oh, we're going to do Bella, not Joe?
Yes.
I am your role player. Hopefully that's okay.
That's fine.
What will I do? I mean, I'm no Joe Cover, but hopefully I'll do.
Yeah, that's fine. You'll do. You'll definitely do.
Okay, good.
Okay. Bella's either an entrepreneur or solopreneur and trying to figure out how to pivot based on what's going on today.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right. And
any particular industry that is good for you?
Anything you want to be.
Okay.
All right. Take us, be careful, Robert, for what you wish for. Robert, take us in.
No problem. Hello, is this Bella?
This is Bella.
Hi, Bella. My name's Robert Butwin, and let me explain to you, first of all, why I'm calling. A good friend of yours by the name of Sean suggested that I call you, and I told him I would. Is this a good time to talk?
Sure. What is this about?
He mentioned that you're having a few challenges in your business, and I wanted to find out, first of all, really, what is your business, and figure out how I might be of service to you. And by the way, there is no cost in anything that I do.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, so I have a business as a professional hugger. And I've actually been in business. You may have seen me on the news in Oregon. I'm definitely well known here in the Oregon area, helping people through trauma and depression and things like that as a professional hugger. As a matter of fact, I have a certification course as a professional hugger. But obviously, with the state of COVID, that has definitely taken a turn for the worse this year.
So, as a professional hugger, what things have you tried to explore, or what are you really doing now so that you can? Or let me back up. What's going on with your business? Obviously, you can't, with social distancing, that's created a problem.
Yes.
What are you experiencing in your business right now?
It basically flatlined. I have no idea what to do. I've been, struggling, since this whole thing started, and pivoting and really knowing, what to do.
Good. Let me ask you, what things have you tried to do so far?
I've really been lost because, like I said, we had like a certification course, we've been doing, like the social distancing, like still, I'll still do, private sessions. I kind of wear like your suit, but it
Sure.
still feels like it's losing its connection.
Have you tried anything online yet?
I have not, because I've not figured out how to hug people online. But if that is something that you can show me, I am definitely interested.
There's definitely, I can show you. One of the guys, and I do approximately 7 Zoom calls every single week. And one of the guys by the name of Gerald, he's got like 200,000 people on his LinkedIn thing, but he's got a way of hugging people. He's got what they call a virtual handshake.
Oh, hey, Robert, Batman is calling. I need to take this call real quick, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Be right back, Robert. Excellent work, sir. How'd that feel for you?
Natural.
Nice.
That
Okay.
was awesome. I actually have a friend in Oregon that is a professional hugger, and that was definitely her business. So I thought that would be fun to play with.
Yep.
That's awesome. All right. So we're going to come back. Joe, what do you have for round one? Opening, listening, connecting, putting something at stake for, let's start with Rocky, Joe.
So Rocky, the notes that I had here, I loved the way you started and really honed in on the fact that she didn't like the numbers and really got into, where you would connect with her. But I was left with the two questions that I wrote down is, do you know what business she's in and why she's in it? Because at the end of 3 minutes, I don't think you could answer those two questions. And how are you going to really establish that connection if you don't even know what business she's in? I mean, she's in business, you know she hates looking at numbers, but what does she do? So
And
that's
your
really
score, Joe?
important.
And your
What
score?
was, and my score was an 8.
Okay. And for Robert?
So Robert, I really think she threw you a curveball with that hugging thing. that was hard, but I really loved how you were able to just go with it and ask her some leading questions, and you really knew, like, at the end where she sat and what her pain was. So I gave you an 8.7.
Awesome. Thank you.
Nice job. Joe, James, what did you have, sir, for Rocky?
So Rocky, is your wife actually an accountant? Okay. Yeah, so look, I think there was lots of things to like there with regard to how you create connection. I think, I don't know the setup for the phone call, but the question that I would ask is like, does this person know who you are and how you can help them? Which I think is a starting point, obviously knowing their business on that end. But overall, I thought the first half was very warm. I think, better like questions to open up. There are questions to open that you have credibility and that you can help too. So I would say I would give an 8 too for that.
Nice. Thank you, James. And what for Robert, sir?
And Robert, I would say the beginning, not quite as strong. I agree on the curveball, but I think that the good use of open-ended questions that help to, show that you knew her and that you were able to help, and also really getting clear as to how you could be of service. So I thought it was a 9.
Nice. Excellent job. Great feedback, James. Appreciate that. Rocky, Robert, Bella is back and ready for round 2. Robert, are you ready to go, sir?
Yeah. Do I start? Where am I starting from? Beginning?
She literally just like bounced to a different call and is coming right back. So you're like on call waiting, pick up right where she was.
So right where we left off. Hey, Robert, I'm back.
Super. It's great to reconnect with you, and I'm glad that you're back because, we're just really getting into the meat of the ways that I could really help you take your business to the next level.
Yeah, I was really interested right when we were like hanging up. You said something about like your other client that was like doing hugging and something virtual. So I am definitely interested.
Sure. He's got like a virtual handshake, but it goes beyond that. Let me tell you, if you're okay with it, my ABCs, actually ABCDEs to success as an entrepreneur, because I think it'll be very helpful, and then I can give you some possible solutions.
Okay.
Okay. The A is standing for aware of where you are in relationship to where you want to be.
Okay.
The B is branding yourself. The C is constant and proper action. The D is digitizing your messaging. And that's one of the areas, and I can help you in that area. The E is exposing your messaging to the right audience, and the S, apostrophe S, is systematizing. You mentioned that you haven't been doing anything on the social medias. I've got an extensive list of social media events that I attend to. I do about 7 of them a week, and I've made some amazing contacts. I can guarantee you that I can help you take the challenges that you're dealing with right now to the next level. What I'd like to do, because when we started this conversation, you mentioned that you didn't have a lot of time. What I'd really like to do, if you're open to it, is set a time where we can really go deeper into a possible solution for what you're experiencing right now. Would that be okay?
That would be amazing.
Super. What is the best place to reach you, and so we can set up a time?
I can send you my calendar link, and we can book a call.
That sounds great, because I know that I've got the solution, and I can help you create the success that you're looking, or that you would like, and get through the challenges you're experiencing right now.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Amazing. Excellent, Robert. How did that round feel for you?
Good. Real good.
Nice. Good work, sir. Bella, what would you say? One word, one sentence for that round.
Innovative.
Nice. I like it. So Rocky, you ready to go? Bella is back.
I'm ready.
All right, please. She's back to talk about magic.
Hi, Rocky. I'm back.
Hey, that's awesome. So we left off with magic. Can you tell me, what does magic look like in your business?
Magic means that I'm having fun. I'm loving the clients that I serve. My clients are happy with the service that I provide. That's really what's most important to me, is that my customers are happy. I've built my business on referral, and I think it is because our focus has been really truly in keeping our customers happy. So I think that's the most magical thing that we can do as a company.
So we've got a saying that we want business owners to make decisions based on their values, not their bank balance.
Yeah.
And so that's an important part of what I do. And I've got one other saying that always seems to resonate. Top line is vanity, bottom line is sanity, and cash flow is reality.
Oh, I like that.
Everyone's always screaming about how much money they're bringing in, but nobody's talking about how much they keep. And nobody's talking about how the cash flow is. Because at the end of the day, that's how you serve your customers. That's how you create magic. That's how you take care of your employees and pay your bills, is by ensuring that you've got great cash flow all the time. It sounds like that's what your Unblinded group told you as well. Is that correct?
That's correct. Very similar.
Okay. So what I do for people like yourself is I go in and I take a look at their financials. I give you a picture of where you are today, and then I tell you if I can help you, how I can help you, and where we can take you going in the future. The evaluation is completely free. It's part of our process of getting to know you and just kind of making sure that we're a good fit for each other.
I love that.
Does that sound like something of interest to you?
It does. I would be very interested.
Cool. Do you know what kind of software you're using to keep track of your finances right now?
Oh, we use QuickBooks.
Okay, cool. If you could share accounting access with me, it'll take me about 2 weeks to go through and take a look at where you're at currently, come back to you with just a quick thing showing you where you're at. And then based on the profit first methodology, I will show you where your targets should be and what your potential profits are and how you could do all of that. And then I can tell you about a quick, easy system that I can help you implement to ensure that it always works. How's that sound?
That sounds amazing. Thank you so much, Rocky. I appreciate it.
Thank you. If you'll just send me an email with that, and then can we go ahead and book for the same time in 2 weeks?
Sounds perfect.
Cool. We'll chat soon.
Okay, thank you so much.
Amazing job. We were just Bella, you guys coming to see. Excellent job, Rocky. I love that. It's vanity, sanity, and reality. Rocky,
that is correct.
Vanity, sanity, reality. So it's top line is vanity, bottom line is sanity, and cash is reality.
Cash flow is reality. Yeah. You hear it all the time. All these people are rah rah. I had a 7-figure launch. I'm like, that's cool. How much did you keep? How much did you spend? And they tell you
usually
7 figures and $1. I'm like, yeah, you did all that work and you got nothing to show for it.
Love it. Okay, so let us drop in. Can I be you for a second, Rocky? After that was an outstanding job. And would you mind being, let's go with a major influencer who has 14 million followers on YouTube. How about that? Rocky?
Yeah.
That sound good? You're a major influencer, has 14 million followers on YouTube. Sound good?
Okay. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. So, and we'll go with your, you are, let's go Mr. X. So Mr. X, I'm so thankful for you being here today, and just taking this call. How did you get to a place where you have 14 million followers on YouTube?
Overnight success with 10 years of hard work.
Incredible. And your humor, your content, it's amazing. And really though, how does it do you ever think you get to 14 million and like, what does it mean to you?
It's a lot of fun. And that's why I did it, because I have fun I enjoy doing what I do. And so I can create content that truly is authentic and helps people. And that's why we've got so many listeners, so many watchers.
Can I ask this? I think so. Thanks, Mr. X, for that. And again, I am blown away by how much your content is loved, appreciated, received. Because to create a follower base in the 8 figures or a subscriber base on YouTube is virtually unheard of. So congratulations on that. And my question is though, I think people do things for this progression of reasons, for money, time, and or magic. And it's like sequencing. So I think when people get to at least the place that they're comfortable with monetarily, then they want to create some time freedom and scale. And when they have the money and time freedom and scale, they want magic, impact, contribution, connection, love, growth, all of these different dynamics that fill them emotionally. And so if I could ask you, where are you in that continuum, with the 14 million follower base? And I mean this respectfully. I know we have a short, window here, and I'm respecting we have a minute and a half to go. A lot of the folks that I work with and talk to, they have real challenges in the monetization, or at least the accumulation of cash, profitability in cash. So I'm asking, where are you in all that continuum, and what's this all about for you?
So right now things feel pretty good, but as you know, YouTube is not my platform. In other words, they can turn me off in a minute.
Amen.
So there is always that fear and always that worry about that.
Yeah. And if I could, and I'm not asking you, but on the money, time, and magic, if we could wave a magic wand, would you be increasing cash, or would you be increasing your time freedom, or would you be increasing your magic first, your emotions, your contribution, your connection, impact? Which of those 3 would you be focused on?
Magic. Definitely on that side.
Very cool. And what part of magic would you be looking to increase in impact?
It's a giving back at this point. It's contribution, and it's continued self-growth.
Outstanding. Okay, so magic, impact, contribution 1. And how about, would you be increasing your cash or your time next?
I've got good time freedom. We've got great systems in. Again, probably cash, just because you never know what happens with YouTube.
Yeah, amazing. So quick story, and it's something I always share with people. Your top line is a vanity item. And I find that many folks, another vanity item is how many followers they have online, with all due respect and love. The key distinction after that is bottom line, right? After your gross, what your expenses are, so what's your net? And that's sanity. But the reality of all of it is the accumulation of cash, because you can't spend profit. Profit's a theory. You can only spend cash. So when you think about everything that you're building, I had this one client, and he had 12 million YouTube subscribers, and I had another client that had 600,000. And the 12 million one was like, oh my God, like I have 12 million. And I introduced the 2 of them. The other guy had 600,000. And the 12 million guy was like super condescending and like, who cares? Like, they get 1 million views a month. I get 1 million views a video. And that's where they were sitting, because the 24x subscriber base was exponentially even higher in views. And so I said, okay, to my dear friend that had 12 million subscribers, I said, but what if I told you, since I just started working with the 2 of you, that guy over there, that is 1/24th your subscriber base, makes double the net profit and accumulates triple the cash that you do on an annual basis. And you know what happened in that situation, Mr. X? The person looked like they were going to either faint or get sick. And so the space that I'm in is a checkup. You know the micro distinctions of how to have people watch your stuff, subscribe to you. The space of my micro distinctions is how to make sure that you integriously, lovingly, and the contribution centeredness that you are, Mr. X, actually generate and keep your cash. So what I'd love to do, if you gave me a 30-minute conversation, is to dig a little more deeply into it with you and or parts of your team to see what we can do, because I have yet to find the person that I cannot find a way to help them accumulate more cash. And in your case, it sounds like to contribute, to donate, to cause impact, and or maybe to make sure you have your own cash machine that's outside of the YouTube engine, since you very appropriately said twice, you don't own your YouTube, and no, you don't, my friend. How would that longer conversation sound to you?
That would sound amazing.
Awesome. Okay, I'll pause. How did that feel for you, Rocky?
That was great. I enjoyed the way that you did that.
Okay, awesome. And would you agree with me that that's like a very normal part of life, whatever the industry is, that there's massive differentials in net profit that people keep, gross, net, and cash people accumulate?
That is very true.
Yes. Excellent. Okay. So Bella, how'd that feel for you?
That was amazing. And James has to go in 1 minute. So I didn't know if we wanted to jump to him to do feedback before he has to go.
Yeah, I just wanted to give some feedback. So yeah, like obviously that was masterful there, Sean. I would say, Rocky, you know, it was kind of like an easy sell for you. So that's great. But when you find people who are going to fight a little bit harder, there was a lot of times where you kind of gave them an out by asking a yes or no question where they could have just said no and walked away. And so ultimately, you know, as you go through that process of, you know, getting the Intuit, you know, QuickBooks stuff, otherwise, you know, finding ways to continue to guide them towards the exit point that you're looking for without giving them an opportunity to say, oh, let me speak to, you know, someone else about it and that sale. But it was very great. It was actually very interesting to be here. And I appreciate Sean and Joe for the opportunity, and good luck with the rest of the session.
All right. Thank you so much, Shane. And good luck with your cricket.
Thank you.
And now we have Nadia. Nadia, how are you?
Nadia is gone. She fell back off.
Oh my goodness. Nadia was back in and she had all kinds of technical difficulties. Joe, let's give some feedback for Rocky and Robert.
Sure. Rocky, I think at the end, it ended up being very transactional, and there wasn't a really good emotional connect at the end. If I were in this situation, I would feel really weird about giving you a QuickBook link so quick. And I would want another conversation just to go a little bit deeper into that rapport before I was handing you over the financials on my multi-million-dollar business, just, you know, honestly. But otherwise, I think I love the way you explained things and, you know, the bottom line and the cash flow reality. I think you have an amazing insight into people's businesses and how you can help them. And you just need to connect a little more on the heart-to-heart and ask some of those open-ended questions so they really, really want to just connect with you more and give you their trust. So I would give you a 9.
Nice. Excellent job, Rocky. And thanks, Joe. And for Robert?
Robert, I loved how you were so certain and got her, you asked her to go back in and, you know, with the virtual handshake, and how you explained to her very succinctly how you would help her, because you laid that out and gave her that clarity. Getting her buy-in on talking to you again was just a really easy yes for her. You made that connection in the first half and it just flew naturally into the second. I'd give you a 9.2.
Excellent. Joe, thank you so much. How was being on Real Raw on this fun Friday today for you?
Oh, it's always a pleasure. I love hearing, there's so many wonderful people and they have so much to offer in the world. And if we can just give them those little micro distinctions to make them do just a little bit better, it's always fun to be here. And awesome. I love giving, you know, being of service in this way.
Thank you, Joe.
Can I jump in for a second?
Please.
Joe, I see you've got a bunch of Young Living oils in your background.
Yes, I do.
I know the owner of your company very well, Mary Billiter, who married Gary Young, who passed away, and I knew Gary's first wife.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've been using them for about 18 years. So
Well, Robert,
See, he does know everyone.
he does know everyone. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
seriously.
and Robert, now you know Joe Coburn and Bella Verita. It's amazing. And
It's
so,
nice to meet both of you.
yes. And how
In
was
fact, Bella, I've got a contact in Las Vegas that's looking for a person that can mix products. He's got a company called Terra Clean. His name's Garth.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
I don't live in Vegas anymore, but we can definitely make some
Oh.
connections.
Okay.
Yeah, no, cool. Robert, how was today for you, my friend? Thank you so much for being here.
You know, comfortable. My biggest thing in the second half is I felt I rushed through it faster than I really should have, because I didn't have a clock, and knowing that I had to wrap things up in 3 minutes, I should have really gone deeper down, with her before wrapping up. But otherwise, everything was good.
Excellent. Excellent work, sir. Thank you so much for being here. And Rocky, how was today for you on the Real Raw?
Today was amazing. Always looking for feedback and upping my game. And this was helpful in doing that. And I appreciate true, honest feedback.
That's awesome, brother. Appreciate you very much, Rocky. And Bella, final, my friend.
Final is, if you want to know how magic is done in the space of business to create more money in less time with more magic, and you want to know what this whole unblinded thing is all about and how you can get involved in maybe some of our programs or some of the things that we offer, is you want to join us on Monday nights at 7 p.m. It's like better than happy hour. It's like the place to be. It's where we have the most fun, and like Batman comes in and like does magic tricks and does all these superhero things. You definitely want to join us on Monday night.
Awesome. Bella Verita, thank you so much for being here. We'd love to see you guys on Monday night. Rocky, Robert, James, Joe, awesome job. And Bella, we are all blind.
And just learning to see.
Like a bat.